Go to the internet and search CSCOPE, and you're hit with a wave of information on the controversy surrounding this curriculum management system. So what's true? What's being fixed? And are these controversial lesson plans being used in our schools? That controversy has spread statewide, but Region 16 Executive Director John Bass says none of the 47 school districts using it here have complaints about the system or problems.
But I think some of the misconceptions have been taking parts of it and taking it out of context. And there are several different lessons that have cycled up that people have said maybe were unpatriotic or things like that, but they're all taken out of context.
When they made their initial release, that's where all the furor started, and people said, whoa, what's this? And there were bad lesson examples here and there. And so at that point they came back and said, hey, what do we need to do to fix this kind of stuff?
So what were those bad lesson plans? David Barton, who is one of 6 expert reviewers during the social studies TEKS adoption in 2010, calls them anti-American.
They likened the example where those in the Boston Tea Party were parallel to terrorists. There was another example where you're creating a country, so create a flag for this socialist country rather than a free independent country as we would expect.
Parents and state leaders have also complained about the amount of time spent on teaching our students about certain faiths and religions like Muslim. But speaking to both Canyon and Highland Park ISDs, who've been using CSCOPE for years, they say those lesson plans have not been used in their schools, adding lesson plans are optional and other resources are used as well.
Our teachers have never been held to the lessons. The lessons are just one resource that our teachers have. We have many resources at our fingertips.
If they have their own materials and lessons that are at the same or higher rigor and relevance as to what CSCOPE has to offer, then our teachers have the option to supplement with what they have available. But we found a lot of our teachers really do like what CSCOPE has. Part of that is trusting our teachers as the experts in their classroom to be able to, and as they do their lesson plans, to really examine the information and present it to our students in a way that we feel is most appropriate for them.
Barton says when CSCOPE first rolled out, their lessons, unlike textbooks, did not have reviewers looking at them. But he says since an uproar was cast on these lesson plans, those and many more factual errors have been fixed.
They're not trying to push an agenda from what I can tell, because they want to talk and say, hey, where can we make this strong? Yeah, you're right, that was a bad presentation of that. And so they now have some reviewers in.
Another controversy is that parents cannot access or know the material their child is being taught. Bass says parents have always been able to talk with teachers, principals, and superintendents about those in our Region 16 schools.
Parents have always had access to CSCOPE by going to their school. There's never been a gag order.
Make sure you join us tomorrow night as we look at the positive of CSCOPE and what's happened over the last few months to correct what Barton calls their bad PR. Back to you.